I was going to do a top 3 video, but this man has enough salty fans for me to just make a full feature. A feature-length video. Jon Jones has the saltiest fan base in MMA. And I know a lot of the Jon Jones fans are going to be angry. Salty, perhaps. Okay, but I'm going to go through a few instances that I have run into with Jon Jones fans, okay? And just to be charitable, I'm not even going to talk about the GOAT conversation. You can think Jon Jones is a GOAT all you like. I'm not even going to touch on that. I'm not going to touch on the PEDs. I'm not going to touch on how he beats his wife, or has done. I'm not going to talk about the fact that he got into a car crash with a pregnant woman and then fled the scene. I'm not talking about any of that. All I'm going to focus on is him ducking Tom Aspinall. And what I'm going to go over today is what the interim belt actually means, and some of the excuses and arguments I have heard from Jon Jones fans, none of which actually make any sense. So first part of this video is figuring out, what does interim champion mean, guys? What does it actually mean? Because it seems like a lot of MMA fans, all the diehards, you know, the hardcore fans, doesn't actually know what interim means. They think it's just an optional title shot or an optional defense for Jon Jones. No, that's not what it is. So before we dive into the fans, okay, we're just going to have a little lesson here on what interim champion really means. Okay, I've got a few things up for you all, but before we actually get into the definitions, okay, I'm going to tell you what it means. It's pretty straightforward. Interim champion means champion in the interim. Whilst the champion is not active, then when the champion comes back, they unify the belts. That's how it works. That's how it should work. That's definitionally what the championship means and how it's supposed to work, alright? So, with that in mind, let's just, if you don't believe me, I've got a little thing here, okay? Just we're going to read the highlighted bit. What does interim champion mean? An interim champion in the UFC is a placeholder for the injured or inactive title holder in the division. This usually happens when the division doesn't want to relinquish their championship belt when they suffer an injury or have an issue with the contract negotiations with the promotion. So placeholder, which means when they return, they need to unify the belt, so there's no longer a placeholder. If we scroll further down, highlighted bit again, what happens to the interim champion when the champion comes back? The interim champion will face the undisputed champion when they return and set the stage for a unification bout that often headlines a pay-per-view event. Much like this one. When Yair Rodriguez won the interim championship and Volk fought Yair Rodriguez. Okay, if that's not clear enough, this video is fantastic. This video is fantastic. Just explaining what the UFC Interim Championship really means. So we're going to watch this little clip, and then we're going to get into the excuses and arguments that the Jon Jones fans have given me and my good buddy Jacob, Ricky Blitz. You may see him in the comments from time to time, alright? What we have received from Jon Jones fans as defense for this. So let's just watch the clip a sec.
In MMA, specifically the UFC, there is only one championship belt for each division. Whoever holds that belt is automatically considered the undisputed champion, unless of course two belts exist, when the interim belt is added. This happens when a champion is inactive and is temporarily unable to defend their belt. Usually this is due to medical reasons and sometimes other reasons. Subsequently, another belt is introduced in the same division. They call this belt the interim belt.
Yes.
It's basically a temporary championship that usually guarantees the holder next in line to face the real champion once he or she returns. Think of this belt as the #1 contender ticket. In this case, the once undisputed champion is no longer undisputed. There can't be two champions in one division.
That's all you need to know. It's a #1 contender shot, and whilst there is an interim champion, there is no undisputed champion. Jon Jones is no longer the undisputed heavyweight champion. by the rules set by the UFC. Oopsie daisy, Jon Jones fans. Unlucky. He's not the undisputed heavyweight champion anymore. Jon Jones is not the undisputed heavyweight champion. If he wants to retire as the undisputed heavyweight champion, he needs to fight Tom Aspinall by definition. If he fights Stipe and retires, he just retires as a heavyweight fighter. That's a fact. You can argue it all you want. That's how the belts work. If he wants to retire as the undisputed champion, he needs to fight Tom Aspinall first before he retires. Otherwise, he retires as a heavyweight that won the belt one time, but, you know, he's no longer the undisputed champ. All right? He needs to fight Tom Aspinall by the rules. That's not just a Jon Jones hater hating on Jon Jones for no reason. That's how the belts work. That's how they've always worked. You can stay mad, get mad, I don't care. That's how they work. Okay? He needs to fight Tom Aspinall. That's the bottom line. Okay. That is a lesson on how interim belts work. So technically, Jon Jones is not the undisputed champion at the moment. Two champions cannot exist in the same weight class, defending at the same time. They cannot exist together. That's how it works. So now we've gone over that little lesson, okay? Let's get into some of the arguments that I have received when I have criticised Jon Jones fairly. We're going to go one by one, okay? It's just some that I remember off the top of my head, and we're going to just go over them real quick. Firstly, I want to go over what my good buddy Jacob was told, okay? So I'll put the screenshots on the screen now. So, this comment says, "It's so silly when people mention Aspinall. There will always be someone new to pop up. If he beat Tom, then it would be Alex or someone else. His resume is unmatched, and it's funny how no one criticised Khabib, they have done, when he never even went up a division or defending the title very much. People do criticise Khabib. It's the Khabib fanboys that say, he's the GOAT. People do criticise him. He didn't fight a lot of people. He didn't fight a lot of top guys. He only defended his belt, what, twice, 3 times? Something like that? So people do criticise him. Anyway. My friend Jacob Stewart, underneath, put, he's the interim champion. The fact Jones isn't defending his belt against the interim champ is laughable. Brilliant. I agree. Underneath, Robert Simmons. Interim champ is the champ of nothing and is not entitled to anything. He was a void filler. Incorrect. We just went over the definitions, Robert Simmons. So I hope you're watching this and you can learn something. Then my friend responds by saying, what a weak argument. I agree. It means he's the champion in the interim now that Jones is back. He must defend his interim. He must defend against his interim, sorry. That's how this works and has always worked until Jones got preferential treatment. Big agree. As we've just been over, the definition of interim is a temporary champion, okay, who's basically a champion until the champ returns, and then they have a fight to unify. Otherwise, there is no undisputed champion because both champions cannot exist at the same time, defending at the same time. Simple as. This is the argument that I get a lot. And it's from Jon Jones fans, alright? It's from the Jon Jones fanboys, and they love to chuck this one out there. They love it. It's the favourite one to say. Why don't you get out there and see what you can accomplish before spitting your emotional hate in a sport you've probably never even competed in yourself? You have no idea how competition works at that level. I love that one. I love it. They go, you don't do this thing, so you cannot talk about this thing. Unless I agree with you, in which case you can talk about that thing. Brilliant. So basically, every MMA YouTuber, do not talk about MMA unless you compete in MMA. And I'm not talking about training, okay? I'm talking about competing. Get out there. Get out there. You know, go around the regional scene, see what you can actually accomplish before criticising these fighters. What's that? You criticising Mario Batista? Why don't you get out there and actually do something with your life? Actually train at MMA. You would not see these Jon Jones fans saying that to people who have criticised Marab, Mario Batista, Bilal Muhammad. But no, because it's Jon Jones. Why don't you get out there? Actually try. You know, you don't do MMA, so you cannot criticise MMA fighters. Unless I agree with you, in which case you can. So you're saying that because they've not competed in MMA, they can't have an opinion on it? Or commentators who have never competed in the sport, can they not have a say? What about pundits, media members? Can they not have a say because they've not competed in mixed martial arts? Is that how it works? No. You can criticise a thing without doing the thing. You know? It's like... That's like... If that was the case, you could only talk about your occupation. Don't talk about football, alright? Don't talk about the council. Don't talk about the Prime Minister. Don't talk about boxers. Don't talk about UFC fighters. Don't talk about people that work in B&M bargains who are a bit rude sometimes. You know, they're a bit snappy at the till. Don't talk about them because you don't work in retail. Carers, if carers are a bit shit, you know, they don't really put much effort in, don't you dare criticise the carers because you've never been a carer in your life. It's stupid. You can only criticise the occupation that you're in. Is that how it works, really? Unless they agree with you. In which case, it's fair play. So as my friend says, so your argument is you don't do MMA so you can't criticise Jon Jones? That's not how this works, buddy. I want fair and equal treatment for fighters, and Tom is being treated terribly. He is. He's the interim champion, has one of the best heavyweight resumes of any active heavyweight today, and he's earned his shot. 100%. You can criticise anything you don't like in life. That's the beauty of it, mate. Big agree. Spitting facts is my good buddy. Alright? And that is one of the arguments that they love to throw about. Well, you don't train, so you have no clue. You don't compete, you have no clue. Another argument that I've received, okay, from Jon Jones fans goes as follows. Well, Jon Jones is actually pretty smart to not fight Tom Aspinall because it's a risky fight for him. And, you know, Jones is on his way out and Tom's young and hungry. I think it's smart that he's not fighting Tom Aspinall. Now, you're probably thinking there's no way that's true. Yes, I've had that from people, from Jon Jones fans. Well, it's actually smart that he's not fighting Tom Aspinall because it's too risky for him. He wants a GOAT legacy, bro. Like, what are you on about? He wants a GOAT legacy. You can't be avoiding your interim champ and be, oh, well, it's smart. Oh, boo, boo, boo. Well, it's smart that he's not fighting Tom Aspinall. No, it's pussy shit, bro. It's pushy shit. Pushy shit? Pussy shit. It's bitch moves, bro. The baddest man on the planet is avoiding his interim champion? How is that smart? It's not smart. If anything, it's stupid because no one's going to take this fight with Stipe seriously, bro. Because like we established earlier, he's not going to retire as the undisputed champ because there's two champions in the weight class. And everyone knows what's going to happen with Stipe. It's not a competitive fight. Now, I could be wrong and Stipe could knock out Jon Jones. Happy days. I'd love that. I really would. But it's not going to happen. So no one's interested in this fight. And the only people that actually want to see it are Jon Jones fanboys because like, well, it's actually clever that he's avoiding Tom so he can retire undefeated and he can call himself the GOAT. Because I don't want Jon Jones to take any risk. I don't want him to take any risk whatsoever. I want him to take the easiest fight as possible so he can retire as the GOAT. Do you realise how stupid you sound? Could you imagine? I mean, these same people are saying, Pereira's ducking Ankalaev. What a little bitch. What a little pussy boy. I can't believe he's ducking Ankalaev, guys. I mean, why isn't he not fighting his number one contender? Why is he not fighting him? But with Jon Jones, oh, well, I think it's really clever. He's avoiding Tom Aspinall, the interim champion. I think it's a really clever idea, guys. I really like it. It's so clever of Jon Jones. It's pussy shit. It's a joke. More like John Joke. That was rubbish. That was a terrible joke. But you know what I mean? Another argument that I get. I got two more, I think. I had this. Right, I had this with someone on my TikTok. And it goes as follows. I criticise Jon Jones for avoiding Tom Aspinall. Again, you know, the same thing. Well, I think Jon Jones is smart for avoiding Tom, blah, blah, blah. I say something along the lines of, I can't, like, why are you defending Jon Jones for ducking his interim champion? Why are you giving that props? That's crazy. And then he goes, I'm not joking when he said this. He goes, I'm going to get close for this one. He goes, well, it's not even Jon Jones' weight class. What? It's not even Jon Jones' weight class. He's the champ. It's not even his weight class. Are you for real? What, because he used to be a light heavyweight? He used to be a light heavyweight. Alright, so Davison Figueiredo. Nah. Bantamweight's not his division. It's not his division. Max Holloway when he moves up to 155. Nah, that's not his division. That's not his weight class. Aljamain Sterling. Nah. Nope. No. No way. Featherweight's not his weight class. Yes, it is. He's moved up to compete in it. You stupid little fuck. It's not his weight class. He's the champion, for fuck's sake. How's it not? It's his weight class now. He's competing in heavyweight now. Are you for real? It's not his weight class. Oh. The cope, bro. The cope is ridiculous. And I replied. Again. I said, it's not his weight class. He's the champ. And this is another one that they love to throw out. This guy said, I'm going to get close again. He goes, casual. Casual. Anytime an MMA fan just ignores your argument and goes, casual, you know you've won. Because it is thrown around, that word is thrown around more than the women's championships. It gets passed around more than the women's titles, alright? Casual. Jon Jones fans love this word. They throw it out to anyone that disagrees with them. They go, You disagree with me about Jon Jones? You're a casual. Casual. We're doing a casual right now, guys. Hey, everyone. You seen this casual here? Casual. Fucking mental. That is literally any diehard fan. Any diehard fan of any fighter. McGregor, Adesanya. You name it. You criticise their fighter? Casual. Well, why don't you go train? How about instead of criticising him, you go train? Why don't you try and train and see it, and then see what you think? I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd go and train, and I'd still think the same thing. I'd just be shit at fighting. You know what I mean? I'd just be shit at MMA, but I could still have the same I'd still have the same opinions. I could get beat I could go to a kickboxing class tomorrow, get knocked the fuck out, and still say Jon Jones is ducking Tom Aspinall. It doesn't matter if I train or not. It doesn't matter. My opinion's going to be the same. It's just how it is. You know, if you want legacy, you fight the best, bro. He's not fighting the best. He's fighting someone who used to be the best. In his prime. He got knocked out 3 years ago. Nearly 4. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. But yeah, sorry guys. I don't train MMA, so I'm not allowed to have an opinion. And also, I'm a casual. And also, what else was it? Oh, fucking hell, what else was it? Oh yeah, Jon Jones. It's heavyweight. It's not his weight class, guys. It's not his weight class, even though he's the champion. And what other one was it? Fucking Jon Jones is really clever for ducking Tom Aspinall. And the last one, that this isn't just Jon Jones fans, but every diehard fan of any fighter ever throws this word around more than casual. All right, Oscar, just leave it, bro. My dog's trying to go out. No, she's gonna go out and bark and that. Idiot, man. Anyway, they throw this word around more than casual. All right, they go. In fact, I'm going to get close again. They go, you're just a hater. You're just hating, bro. You're just jealous. So apparently, I didn't know this, news to me, guys, but if you criticize someone for, justified reasons, you're actually just a hater. I didn't know. Thanks for telling me. I'm a casual hater. I'm a casual jealous hater because I'm criticizing someone for their actions. I know what you're thinking. No, Bromo, you're looking pretty salty in this video. I am salty. But you know what? I can admit it. I'm salty that all these Jon Jones fans try and gaslight people into thinking that Jones isn't ducking Tom Aspinall. Jones is really smart for making this choice. Jon Jones isn't actually a heavyweight. You should go and train mixed martial arts. Then you'll have a different opinion. No. Shh. I don't know if you knew this, but you can actually, crazy thought, you can actually criticize your favorite fighters and still like them. I love Jiří Procházka. He's got shit defense and he trains like a weirdo, bro. He's training up in the mountains, in the snow, with monks and shit, doing karate. Just train the fundamentals, will you? Work on your head movement and your checking of leg kicks and keep your hands up, for fuck's sake, Jiří. You fight like a retard. It works most of the time, but you need to fix it. I love Jiří. That's his big flaw. That's his big, big flaw. And Yuri's one of my favourite fighters ever. One of my favourite fighters ever. Alright? I like Michael Chandler. Shoot me, guys. I like Michael Chandler. I think his fight style is exciting. Again, fights like a retard, though. He's got wrestling. Why doesn't he use it? I can criticise him. He's getting knocked out by everyone. He's getting finished by everyone. He's getting beat by everyone. Of relevance at lightweight, his resume is looking a bit shit. I still like him, though. You can criticise your favourite fighters and still like them. I think Jon Jones fans think, if I criticise Jon Jones, that means he's not going to like me anymore. That means I'm not a Jon Jones fan anymore, because I criticised him. Oh no. You all need to grow up. And I know I've just done a little baby voice. But that's what you sound like. You sound like babies, bro. So this is what I mean. I was going to do a top 3. But this is long enough, okay? Jon Jones has the saltiest fan base in MMA. And I already know what's going to happen. They're going to prove my point. They're going to prove my point in the comments by getting salty about it. And if you're not salty, alright? Do me one favour. Please. If you can, find it in yourselves. I want one criticism of Jon Jones. Just one will be fine, alright? I want the Jon Jones diehard fans to criticise him. Just one criticism. Please. And then I'll go, well done. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you're not salty. But I doubt you can even criticise him. In fact, let me up the challenge. I want you to criticise Jon Jones, okay, about his current heavyweight run. Not about the PEDs, not about the beating his wife. They're easy. I want you to criticise Jon Jones. In fact, everything. Ignore the PEDs. Ignore the beating of women, okay? I know it's a hard one, but please try and ignore it. I want you to criticise Jon Jones for his resume and his actions at heavyweight so far. Either or, okay? Criticise him, please. I don't think you can do it. And I've just criticised 2 of my favourite fighters. Do it, please. That is all for the video. Yes, I also got salty. I don't care. I can admit it. Like and subscribe. My links are down below. And until next time, I'll see you in a bit.